Hey, Yana Ma'at here, and if this title resonates with you at all, if it got your curiosity, I assure you, you are in the right place. Again, I'm Iyana Ma'at. I am a trained therapist and coach for women, and I help women who are feeling stuck in life, who are feeling stagnant in life, who are feeling stuck and stagnant not only in life, but perhaps your relationships, get clarity and get to healing through self-awareness, emotional grounding, identifying and breaking free of the patterns that have been holding you back, and most importantly, through spiritual connection and faith building stuff that's got to go on for you. So today, I said, I want to talk about this because this is what my work is going to really focus on in the coming year in 2025. I'm going to be focused all on helping women to get unstuck and doing it in a very particular way, in the way that God has called me to do it. Now, for many folks who have followed me for a while, y'all be like, well, ain't you already been doing that? Because I have. I've done that within the context of helping folks with their relationships and in marriages and so forth. But this work is going to be different in that I am called in a special kind of way in this space in my life to really, really focus on creating and curating safe spaces for women and curating spaces for us to be able to break through some things. And so many people don't even know they need a breakthrough. Many folks don't even know they need a breakthrough. And so that's why I said, let me just start here. Are you stuck and don't even know you're stuck? You don't even know. You just think that this is just normal. It's become your regular. So you don't even know. And so today I want to share with you 3 signs that you are stuck in life or stuck in love. You're just hanging out in limbo. And you don't want to be in that place, y'all. You do not want to be there. So I'm gonna share with you 3 signs that you are stuck. You're always busy, but never fulfilled. Always busy, but never fulfilled. I'm coming down somebody's street. I already know because I have been there. Okay? And I know a lot of women sit in this place where, you are doing stuff all the time. Your calendar is packed. You got so much stuff going on. You're constantly on the move. But at the end of the day, you don't feel satisfied. In fact, you are dissatisfied. There's an emptiness. This isn't just about being tired. It's not just about like, oh, I'm just so tired. I got so much stuff going on. This is about this incessant need to keep busy to distract you from deeper feelings of unfulfillment or disconnection. And when we do this pattern, because that's a pattern, over and over and over again, we don't even recognize that we're distracting ourselves from the purpose work, your soul's work, your love work, the God work that God would have you to do. And this happens a lot. So, a lot of times people are working a lot. And in this culture, it's rewarded. You working and getting to the bag and, trying to get to the next thing. You're going to another master's program. You're going back to school. All of it sounds wonderful. And if it's in alignment with what God would have for you, then perfect. But for many of us, we are making decisions based on what we think we should do, not even checking in or consulting with what God would have us to do. And so when that happens, you, for example, let me get back to my example. You're working all the time. Because you have this feeling that you need to be doing something more. You're in a job you hate. You're convincing yourself that it's just for now. And you look up and it's been so many years that have gone by. And you haven't done anything. You haven't taken any steps towards your true passions. That is a sign that you are stuck. If it's you, somebody just type stuck. Just type stuck. Leave a comment. Let me know if it's you. If you are in a space, in your purpose space, in your workspace where the time has expired many times now for you to have shifted into something else and you're just not doing it. That's a sign that you are stuck. And this is a greater sign that you need to get unstuck. Okay, that's number 1. Number two, let me go to my notes. So for many of us, this one is really one that goes on, and we are unaware. You keep reliving the same emotional cycles. So my work again is to help people with really taking charge of your emotional well-being, which first starts with an investigation of what's happening with you emotionally in the first place, and that cannot start until we actually get in touch with our feelings. Right? There's so many steps and levels to that in and of itself. But if you are having the same arguments, the same frustrations, the same disconnects, they keep showing up in your personal life, in your relationship life, in your marriage, right? Whether it's with different people or the same person, but especially if it's with different people in different contexts, oh my goodness, let that be clarity for you that you just got today, that you are stuck because these recurring patterns often reveal unresolved wounds, and these unresolved wounds manifest into unhealthy and often toxic patterns. This is why the work that I am doing with women is really about identifying the patterns so that you can break free from the patterns. And these things can keep us stuck in the same dynamics for years and years and years, right? So, I remember working with, well, shoot, I'm thinking about one woman in particular, but I've worked with plenty of sisters. And they, kept finding that, even when they looked at their relationships, these were all different men, but they kept finding that they were getting to a place where there was some betrayal in the relationships, some dishonesty. There's a lack of trust. The theme was trust, trust, trust. And these women, some of them were like, and this is why I just really never really felt like you can trust a man anyway, because their daddy wasn't faithful to their mama, and their uncles always had somebody on the side, and then they got with somebody, good people, good men, but they always had a little something. You can't trust a man. And then there were women who were like, no, that's not necessarily my experience, but I don't know why I keep getting into relationship with folks who are not trustworthy. What is going on? Well, there is a pattern. There is a pattern that's happening. And the pattern you might think is in the men that are coming to you, but the pattern is in you. And when the pattern is in you and it has not been unpacked and identified and investigated and nuanced out so that you understand what's really going on and what that's about, then you will just consciously or unconsciously continue to move in ways that support, reinforce, and strengthen the pattern of attracting untrustworthy people into your life, untrustworthy men into your life, right? So you have to be able to recognize the patterns. I can recall in my own life recognizing, I guess, I'm trying to think at what age I became aware. I don't know. I want to say as a young adult, I started to get some awareness, but it's, it got more deeper as I got a little older, but recognizing in all of my relationships, intimate friendships, whatever, recognizing that oftentimes I was feeling a little disconnected, feeling on the outside of like friend groups, or when I would be in community in some spaces, feeling like I wasn't in it, or was I really fully accepted, like not really seen, and not trusting, and guarded, right? Guarded. And after a while, I recognized, well, dang, all these spaces can't be the issue. There's got to be something going on within me. And so I've been able to, and I'll talk about this in various ways in different places and spaces as I have already, because this is a big part of my work that I've had to do. But I recognize that there's a pattern for me of emotional unavailability. And that's a whole complex subject. I'll have to do something on that later. But because of the lack of emotional availability in my upbringing with my family, my parents in particular, who loved me, who did the best that they could, and I got some emotional connection, but there was still a theme of emotional unavailability. Then I didn't really do that. That wasn't really modeled for me. And so then I brought that to every relationship that I had, and then experienced something from other people, and thought that something was either wrong with me or something was going on with them, when in fact it was a pattern that just needed to be broken. Oh my goodness. If you resonate with that, type something in the chat. Let me know. You are not alone. And if you are stuck in that place, you can break free from that place. But that is definitely a sign. And that was just a particular example, right? But when things are happening over and over again, you're reliving these same emotional cycles. That is a sign that you are stuck or stagnant in your life or in your love relationship, your marriage, whatever. Here's the last one for today, and then I'll leave it here. You feel restless, antsy. Is that the right word? Restless, but you have no clear direction. Down. Restless, but no clear direction. I know some of you, when I said that, you're like, she's talking to me. Oh, Lord, God will use whatever and whoever to get your attention. So if this is getting your attention, pay attention. Two different things. So if you have a nagging sense that you're here for more, that there's something more that you're supposed to be experiencing at this space and stage in your life, you just don't really know what it is. You don't know how to get there, and you don't know what is really missing. That may be what your experience is, but I do know for sure that you do know everything you need to know, and it is all within you, but you've got to be able to get to it. We got to be able to unpack the stuff so that we can pull it up and pull it out. And this, y'all, isn't just about being like indecisive, or I don't know if I want to do this, if I want to do that, if I'm supposed to go here or go there. This is really about self-doubt. This is about fear, people getting paralyzed and having sat in a place of paralysis for so long that you completely get disconnected from your authentic self. And so you have little understanding about what the next step is for you in your life, or perhaps even in your relationship. If this rings any kind of bell for you, if it feels energetically like, oh, you're coming down my street, then this is a sign that you are stuck in your life. And this is not a normal, I don't like to really use that word all the time, but for the purposes of this is not a normal place to be for forever. We all get into these places, but you don't have to hang out here. Let me make sure I got all my notes. I will say this, I'll tell you an example for myself. This road that I've been on, this journey I've been on called life, many times has taken me to a space where I have been prompted by my intuition. I have been I've had whispers come to me from the Most High. I've had it come through women, through people who speak to me and say how much I have impacted them when I am focusing on curating the spaces that I need to for women to spiritually and emotionally get in touch with all of who they are and manifest the best of themselves, and identify those patterns and those blocks, and then get to the fulfilling, loving, wonderful, banging ass relationships that they need to be in, or to get to the wonderful, beautiful, amazing, brilliant life and purpose that they need to be living out loud. And I lean in for a little bit, and then I lean out. Lean in, lean out. Lean in. I'll go back over here to doing what I was comfortable doing before. I have always felt called to do deeper work with women, but I have not always answered the call. And I've done a little something, like I said, and then pulled out. At the end of the day, when you know that there's a change that needs to happen, and it feels like, and I used to feel like this, I just don't really know what to do. I'm not sure, right? That's all fear and self-doubt, right? Clouding itself as, and presenting itself as confusion. But when that is happening, you have to be able to get clarity and begin taking one step, just one, and then the next and the next. And those steps are very specific. And if you feel as though, it's about to be 2025, I need to be in a new career. I'm supposed to have been in this new space. I'm supposed to have been accomplished this, done this, whatever. And there's some things that are getting in the way. Then yes, you are stuck. So many of us don't even know that's what's happening. So many of us have not acknowledged that we have been in a stuck place. You cannot change anything you will not acknowledge. I want to encourage you to reflect on what I've shared with you today. If any of these signs resonate, reflect on it. Take some time to journal, Journal about breaking free from stagnation. Ask God to help you by giving you a sign as to what you need to do, whether it's journaling, seeking more guidance, staying connected to me and this community of women that are moving higher and going further and getting everything, every single thing that God said we should have. Whatever it is, I just want you to know that being stuck is a choice. You do not have to choose that way. You can shift and move to a different place. It's completely up to you. God bless you. Leave a note, leave some thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.